you're not crazy. That's brotherhood. You're not just a friend to me. You're my brother. So if someone fucks with you, because I know you on a very I don't want to say intimate, but a very intimate level.
Yeah.
Like, I know your values. I know what you do for other people. So I know you never go wrong. Like, you never do people wrong. And if you do, I know that you stand up and be accountable to whatever you did. I know that about you. So I know if people want to talk shit about you, I know they are at fault. So to me, if I know that this person or that person is I say fucking, but it's fucking with you or did you wrong, dude, I don't fuck with them. And it doesn't matter if that is going to affect my business. I don't fuck with them.
All right, guys, I'm here back, Driven Channel, with my good friend, my brother, Mo, better known as AlphaSlice. So this is going to be part 2. So we had one before. And if you guys don't know who AlphaSlice is, go back and watch the first episode, because I just want to continue from there and kind of, first of all, I want to tell you how proud I am of you, like everything you've done. When you came by, we really couldn't talk because it was like a party and we had top producers and everything. And then there's a lot of new things in your life, like love, money, results. And so I thought for a moment, I'm like, I don't think Alpha's making that much money anymore. I think he seems like to now be a fitness guy. Now he's, because fitness people, a lot of those fitness people, they don't make a lot of money. They're just like fit.
Meatheads.
Yeah. So I'm like, did he just slow down a little bit and he's just into fitness now? But then we had a short talk, and then you kind of told me, like, I'm doing this, I'm doing that, I'm doing this. So first off, just want to tell you, hey, how proud I am of you. And Mo, what's up in your life right now? Like, what's new?
Thank you, man. Yeah, what's up, everybody? So what's new is I got divorced recently, and I got fit. I got shredded. So I went on a 12-week transformation period, and I got shredded, and I think that's the best thing I've ever done for myself. It just cleared my mind. I cut out a lot of the noise, and I started focusing just on what I'm eating, my training, and business. So that was amazing.
And did you slow down from making money while you were getting like
no, dude,
shredded?
no.
So tell me how that worked, because that's kind of hard to believe. Like, it just because when I work out a lot, it's kind of hard to do everything. But you got in the best shape of your life.
Yes.
And so your income must have dropped a little bit.
I had that once I posted my transformation picture on Instagram. Andy Frisilla hit me up in the DMs, and he was like, "Bro, I'm so fucking proud of you. I bet you start making way more money." I said, "It's true." His 75 Hard program. But what happens is when you start getting fit, dude, I was working out 3 times a day. So I was doing cardio in the morning, fasted cardio, and then my weightlifting is during the day, and then at night I'm doing another cardio session. So when people want to waste my time, I don't have time for that shit. Because in between, I'm just, like, my schedule is so tight, because in between I want to finish this project, record that ad, record that webinar. So I don't have time for people to jump in and just take my time. Mm-hmm. And for example, like, a lot of times I'm working on my desk and I jump on like YouTube videos. Like the other day I watched a grizzly video, like a grizzly and moose fighting. And I went on a tangent for like an hour watching those type of videos. When I was doing the fitness transformation, my time would not allow that. So the moment I jump on one of those videos, immediately I'm like, no, I can't do this because I can't waste time. So all my focus was just the workouts, so tunnel focused on business, just getting shit done. And what happens is you get into a momentum where all your team will get scared, because you start asking them of a lot of things, and they pick up the momentum as well. So it's not because I was making money, because my team jumped on the same momentum I was on.
So explain your routine. You said you did fasted cardio. is there a reason why you did fasted cardio and the reason why you did weights in the middle of the day and then the reason why you did cardio again in the night?
So remember, like when I first came to you, like I met you like four years ago.
Yeah.
And I hired you as my mentor. And my first coaching session, we wrote down a checklist of things I need to change. So to me, that is the Bible. I don't question it. So I always go to like...
So I'm like God.
Exactly. So I always go to a professional who knows what the fuck they're doing. And then I just execute exactly what they tell me to do. And I think that's a gift when you don't like start saying, oh, you know what? That will not work for me. That will not work for my audience. Start debating what experts say. So to me, I don't. So when I wanted to get in shape for forever, and I bet everyone, has been trying to get in shape for forever, and they failed. They try to get in a 6-pack, they get 2-packs, 4-packs, and then they start bouncing back. They start gaining weight. So I said, I've been doing that all my life, but I said, you know what? I'm going to hire a trainer, and I'm going to follow exactly what they say. So my trainer says, do fast cardio in the morning. For example, we start with 20 minutes. By the end of the 12 weeks, I was doing 50 minutes in the morning, 50 minutes at night. So if he says, you do your weightlifting after your second meal, I'm just going to do that. I don't question it. So to me, whatever plan he gives me is the Bible. I'll just execute on it. And my work schedule, I just work around it.
So the fasted cardio, does that have some benefit?
Yeah, definitely. Because like your body's fasting all night. Now there's minimal glucose in your like blood, in your circulation. And then there's a little bit of glycogen in your liver. So once you get on a treadmill or on a bike, you burn that glucose very fast in your circulation, and then you burn the glycogen in the liver, and now straight to fat. So after like 5-7 minutes on a bike, now you're burning fat. So if you're doing 30 minutes, you're burning 30 minutes of fat. You can exclude that 7 minutes at the beginning.
So let me ask you a question. Can you move the AC a little bit? So when you do the fasted cardio, so because right now what I do is I get to the office and I do 1 hour of weights. And then to save time or to make it more convenient for me, because I have to be, once I get to the office, I'm reacting the whole time because I have a big staff here and everybody needs my help. So when I do weight training, I meet with a lot of my people. But to make it easier for me and more convenient, I do 1 hour of weight, and then I go straight to my cardio right after that. So I do 1 hour of weight training, and I do the traditional weight training type, like same as Ed Milet and all these bodybuilders. I do like chest and biceps, back and triceps, shoulders, and then legs. And then I repeat again. So I do 1 hour, and then I drink my protein shake, and then I do 35 minutes of now the bike because I was running, and that was hurting my knees. So I do it like that, and then that way I could just get it out of the way, and then I don't have to worry about working out. So you think, would you change something about that? Like maybe wake up, do 40 minutes of bike, shower, come to the office, work, and then maybe lunchtime, go do an hour of weights, freshen up again, come back to work. Do you think that would be better?
Ideally, faster cardio. But I tell people do not let those little things keep you away from fitness because you can't execute a perfect plan. But a cardio after a weight session has your body reacts to it similar to the fasted cardio. What I would change is, and I'll ask my trainer about this, but what I would change is you not taking the protein shake right after the weight lifting, the weight session, and then do 30-minute cardio and then take your protein. But it will have a similar effect, just like the fasted cardio.
Because when I wake up, I drink this. So I drink one of these.
That's
and
zero.
I do like 3 hours of just like pre-work day.
I know your day one, the finances.
And I do a lot of. I'm learning things. I'm a big learner, so I think learning has been one of my biggest keys to success. Just learning every morning for 3 hours. I'm learning. But I'm learning what's the next move that I'm gonna do. Mm-hmm. So I'm fasted, so I don't need anything. I just drink this, and then when I start getting hungry, that's when I get to the office around 8-ish. I do weights, and then I do the cardio. So I don't know why I got off topic, but you would say stay fasted for the whole time, and do the weights, and because I heard if you do weight training, and then you wait too long to have protein, that you're kind of burning and wasting your muscles.
Yeah, that's exaggeration, but I would say 30-minute window is fine.
Yeah.
So you do your 30 minutes of cardio right after you lift weights, and then eat. Now I don't like to do weights on an empty stomach. Like at least have a little bit of carbs in me.
Now, what about because you got really shredded, so that's why, because it's important in business. You just said you made more money when you got in better shape. So like the doing second cardio later in the day for like 60 minutes, you said?
It's 50,
so towards the end. Like how sustainable is that though? Like if you're going to do 50-minute cardio in the morning, 50 cardio in the night?
So I started with 20 minutes, but that's what we do. We check in every week. So every Saturday I check in with my weights, photos, and then he adjusts the plan, give it to me on Sunday. And then according to my weight, if it stays stagnant, we increase the cardio. If I was doing well, we keep the cardio the same. But we start with 20 minutes once a day. And by the end of the 12 weeks, that's 3 months. Yeah. We were at 50-50. And again, in mind, we want to get to that shredded look in just 12 weeks. We don't want to extend for 16 weeks. So that's why we increased the cardio. And then after 12 weeks, we did reverse training. So we started dropping the cardio from like 50 minutes to like 40 minutes. And then 30 minutes. To now, I don't do cardio anymore.
You don't do cardio at all? For how long?
I haven't done cardio in like, I do like HIIT exercise here and there, but I'm not doing that stationary, low intensity cardio. Yeah. And
you switched to the bike, because I got the same bike you got. But did you switch to the bike because you were running in the beginning and it hurt your knees?
Same reasons.
And this was during your transformation period? When did you get your bike? In the middle?
No, actually, it was by accident. So my treadmill broke. For some reason, like I went in the morning to do my cardio and it was not working. So I hit up my company where I bought the treadmill. But in that meantime, I need to do cardio. So I have an air bike. I was doing low intensity on an air bike, which is a pain in the ass. And then I said, and then I bought that bike. But once I started doing the bike, I noticed that, oh my God, my knees are not hurting anymore.
Yeah, because it gets really painful.
Yeah.
And then you can't walk good and all that. So before we end this whole fitness part, now that you got into the shape that you wanted, 7% body fat?
Yeah, I'm not at 7% right now. I'm at 12, but I got down to 7, yes.
So that's my question. You got to 7% body fat. He looked good. Did you ever see him? 7%?
Yes, I rewatched all the videos and showed my friends.
So when you were at 7%, were you getting hit up more by girls and stuff, or?
Yeah, dude, during the whole process. I mean, I share my stuff on Instagram.
Yeah.
But the better you look, it's just common sense, but you notice it once it happens to you.
Yeah.
The more you get shredded, the more you show abs, the more you're getting attention. Yeah, dude, I was going out on dates like 5 dates a week, different girls.
And you think it was the money or the body or a combination?
I think it's a combination. Definitely, it's a combination. But when I was not fat, but I was not in shape, I was not shredded, I was not getting that attention.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then did it give you more confidence? And
dude, 1,000%. Because that's what I tell people. Like, even I had that talk with Brad Lee. Like, I'm confident. If we're talking business, I'm confident because I know what the fuck I'm talking about. If I get in my car like exotics, it boosts my confidence. Like, I'm driving on the street, dude, I'm like the lord of the highway.
Yeah.
If I'm in my exotic, it gives me a lot of confidence because I know I'm getting a lot of attention. If I walk into a restaurant and I'm wearing a nice watch, I'm confident. It gives me a lot of confidence. It boosts my confidence. Now, dude, I don't need a fucking watch. I don't need a Lamborghini. I don't need to talk business. If I'm walking on the street, I walk with so much confidence because my body gives me that confidence. So I don't need materialistic stuff to boost my confidence.
Yeah.
And that is not like this money buy you confidence, right?
Yeah.
The car, money buy you confidence. But getting shredded, money cannot buy. It's just effort.
Yeah, like if a guy pulls up and he has a nice watch and money, but he's fat, and then you pull up, you have a nice car, a nice watch, and you're shredded, I think the girl's gonna pick second option.
Yeah. And people on Instagram start calling me Zaddy.
Zeddy?
Zeddy. I didn't know that term, but they started
What does that mean?
like a hot,
It's like daddy, but with his name.
Oh,
like a hot dad,
So
like
that-
a hot single dad.
That's what I would be if I would ever break up. So when you go on these dates, and you were in this transformation period, and you're getting like 5 dates every week. Obviously, these dates, they want to go to a nice restaurant. They want to order drinks. They want to eat good food, and you're there. You're having a great time with your date.
Yeah.
But how do you not fall into the temptation of, I want to eat this and I want to drink this? I know you're not a big, you don't drink. You're not a big drinker, but how do you stay away from the temptations of food and maybe if you were a drinker, alcohol? Like, how do you stay away from that when you're in nice restaurants?
It's just I think it's willpower. So like in my culture, we don't have sex outside of marriage. And like this is ingrained in us since we're young. Like my dad, my uncle, my cousin always come to you and he's like, "How you doing on that willpower? Are you getting boners?" So they try to toughen you up. And after a period of time, you just know that you don't have sex outside of marriage. And it doesn't matter if you are in a room where there's naked women everywhere. You don't fuck with that shit because you know that there's no sex outside of marriage. So same thing when it comes to food. You have to train your willpower. If there's cookie out there, dude, I'm not going to eat it because you're programmed that you need to stay in shape, because when you stay in shape, you can, like, there's so much success. There's so much options and opportunity for you. Now, if you want to fuck with that cookie or that brownie, because that's me. I have a sweet tooth. Like, I'm not big on alcohol. I mean, I don't drink, but I'm huge on sweets and dessert. I say if I want to eat that brownie, so for example, it's 500 calories, 600 calories. Dude, when I go home, I've got to sit on my bike and burn 600 calories. So in my head, I'm like, do I have the energy to do like 600 calories, almost like 60 minutes? So, and then I make that decision.
What about your date? Did they ever try to force you to eat, or
No.
Or they didn't think that it was boring because you weren't eating or participating?
Yeah, I mean, like when I started going out on dates, the first I lead by, I'm boring. Like a couple hours, you'll be like, I don't want to go on a second date.
Yeah.
And that just attracts them. So they were like, motherfucker, you're not boring. But I always lead by that because I don't want them complaining later on.
What about when you would go on the dates or events? We're talking about dates, and then dates want to stay up till 2, 3, 4 in the morning. Would you do that, or do you have a time like a curfew where you're like, okay, date, it's 10 p.m. I gotta head home pretty soon?
So the girls that I attracted are like similar to me. They're entrepreneurs. They have similar mindset, similar ambitions. So they don't stay up late. Like I dated girls that drink. I dated girls that smoke weed, but they don't stay up that late. They don't party hard.
Yeah.
And that's the people that I attracted. Still beautiful women.
Yeah, I bet.
But the type of dates that I go out on, for example, like we do a lot of beach days. We have like gym dates. We go, like I went on skydiving a few times, kayaking, like shit like that. That has also like activities in them.
Yeah. So let's switch to business. So when I met you, you were making $60K a month,
Yes.
driving a minivan. Remember that? So like where are you now? Like what are you driving? How much money are you making?
Yeah, so I still have that minivan. But yeah, I've got a couple exotics. I've got an SVJ and I've got the 458 Italia. I'm thinking about buying a car because I'm thinking about moving to LA. So I'm thinking about getting an exotic here. And I've got like a Suburban for the family. I've got, for the kids. I mean,
What kind of car are you thinking of getting here?
So maybe a Urus. I'm thinking about getting a Urus.
Have you heard about all the robberies going on?
Yeah.
People, nice cars, nice watches. Does that concern you at all or no?
If I'm in Florida, I don't give a fuck. I've got a gun in every car. I conceal all the time.
But what if two men approach you and they each have a gun? Isn't it kind of dumb to grab your gun because one of them is going to shoot you?
It is. It is dumb.
The gun's more just to defend yourself later.
I only pull my gun if my life is at jeopardy. if my
And
life,
in Florida, if they steal your watch and they're running away, you could shoot them from behind, right?
no, you can't.
Oh, you can't? I thought you could do that over there because I know you can't do that here, but
No, you can't.
so you have to shoot them when they're attacking.
Mhm.
That's kind of tricky though.
Yeah. Yeah, I don't fuck with that. If it's a watch, my life is way more important. I mean, I conceal to protect my life, and that's
Yeah.
it.
You don't think that's more dangerous though? If the robbers see that you have a gun,
Yeah.
they might be quicker to shoot.
Well, I conceal, so it's not like obvious.
Okay.
Yeah, but if they hunt me down and they want the watch, I'll give them the watch.
Now, and you could have insurance for those watches.
It's very hard, to be honest.
Oh, really?
Yeah. Because my RM, I want to get insurance on it, and it is $5,000 a month,
Yeah.
and it didn't make sense for me. Yeah.
Because I heard for the more affordable watches, it's easier to get insurance than the more expensive ones.
Yeah, I mean, like this watch I'm wearing, it's a Daytona yellow, gold, green face, very famous watch. I got it for $125,000. So you tell me this watch or my life, you take the watch.
Yeah.
But I'll make sure that I don't put myself in situations where I'm gonna get robbed. Like we're walking down here, and I told her, like, that van, like that, it's downstairs.
Yeah.
Like I show her where your car is, that the Ferrari.
Yeah.
And then I show her, see that van? That's suspicious. So if I'm walking, I'm keeping an eye. Is there anyone in the van? Who's sitting in front of the van? And who's sitting in the restaurant facing the van? Because that van does not belong in this area. You know what I'm saying? So I always, like, if I know there are robberies here in LA, so I always keep an eye.
You know, you shouldn't be walking, well, like when you walk out in the street here in Beverly Hills and the good areas, because that's where they come to rob. You should put your watch inside your pocket.
Yeah, well, we did that a few times.
Yeah.
Like we were in Venice, we were getting ice cream at night, and it just looked shady. I put my watch in my pocket because I don't want to put myself at jeopardy. I don't want to put her at jeopardy.
Because you know, people that know you, they're the ones that kind of give the information. It's like inside jobs.
Yeah.
When I got robbed here outside, it was planned. Like there was a car in front. I saw the camera how one car kind of gave the signal. The truck busted a U-turn. And then before that, or while that was going on, there was an older man, suspicious guy on the bike, like on the bicycle, that almost ran into me when I was getting out of the car, getting my bag. And he looked at me and he distracted me. Mm-hmm. That was all part of the show. I connected all the dots backwards because you can't connect the dots forward, but you could connect the dots when you look at it backwards. So it was just unfortunate, but. I mean, it's just kind of the pros and cons, but what makes you want to come back to California, to LA, since you are in Miami? Like, is there something that you like better about LA?
Okay, so my businesses are gonna stay in LA, in Florida. I'm gonna keep my place over there. I'm not gonna move, like, my residence, just for tax purposes.
Yeah.
But I met this chick right here, and like I come to LA a lot.
Yeah.
But this time when I hung out with her, she showed me LA, and LA is fucking beautiful. Like all the restaurant scenes, the parties, the like all the like working out places, dude. It's like
Where'd you take him? But what about the places like out?
Restaurants?
Yeah.
Ooh, we went everywhere. We went to
Leave it.
Scratch, Ivy. We went to
Well, the Ivy's one of my favorites.
yeah.
They have the gimlets. Did you try the gimlet?
Gimlet?
The gimlet drink with vodka. That's really good.
We don't drink.
You don't drink either? Oh, really? Oh,
We're iced tea.
you guys are like perfect for each other.
I told you, I attract people who are similar, have similar vibes.
Yeah.
We went to Mateo, the new one, at one hotel. El Paseo, Abra, all the classics.
So I thought Miami had better nightlife than LA, or better like.
No, it has a nightlife, but that's not my scene.
Oh, got it.
Unless someone grabs my hand, someone
Yeah.
I like, they grabs my hand, tell me, hey, let me show you around. But here, like, she showed me around, and LA is beautiful.
Because you
And-
never lived in LA.
No,
You lived in
San Diego, yeah.
It's different, right?
It's different, and the married life is different from, like, you being single. Like, you
Yeah.
go to different scenes. So I liked it. And now I just have to figure out, the kids to move here, and then I'll just move.
What about the weather? Do you like the weather here?
Yeah, I
much
love the
better?
weather. Now over there, the ocean is better because the water is always warm. You can swim. It's better. It's nicer. I don't have a problem with the humidity, but here, in Cali, the ocean is hot, is cold.
Mm-hmm.
It's really cold. You can't swim unless you're surfing and you have a suit on.
Do you go out there and swim a lot in Florida?
Yeah, almost every other day I go to the
really?
beach. Yeah, because I live 15 minutes from the beach.
So now tell us, Mo, about your business. Your main business is you sell virtual trainings, right?
Yeah.
And I know we didn't get into what you're making now, but I know you're making you improved your 60K.
Oh yeah. So definitely, I improved my 60K. I break $1 million. I've been breaking $1 million a month since January of this year, 2022. Yeah, last month I did 1.35 at 70%, 71% profit margins.
So all of that is with your NCLEX?
Yeah.
You tell people what you teach?
Yeah, so I'm a nurse. When I tell people I'm a nurse, they get weird. Are you a fucking nurse? I'm like, yeah, I'm a nurse. But I don't practice nursing, but I teach nurses or nursing students how to pass their board exam. So I sell online courses. And that's my nursing company. That's what I do. And that's the company that breaks 8 figures.
And how long do you work in nowadays to make the $1 million a month?
Yeah, so the beauty about my business is it's automated. I have a lot of, if my audience are watching, they'll be like, what the fuck? But I've got a lot of, everything is automated, everything is fake live. Nothing is live. So literally right now at 10 a.m. Pacific time, I have a webinar that goes up live. So I'm live on the internet. At 12, I've got another challenge at 4 p.m., at 5 p.m., at 8 p.m., and at 10 p.m. And every one of those is around an hour. There's one that's 4 hours. There's a challenge for 45 minutes. So I'm always online. People think I'm live, but that's the nature of the business. It's automated. The automation and the integration is so beautiful where you don't have to be there to make money. So for me to maintain the business takes an hour, maybe 2 hours a day to maintain the business to make that kind of money. Now, a lot of people say, oh, you only work 2 hours? No, I work more. I work all day. If I'm at home all day, I work all day because I'm creating new products. I'm creating new challenges. I'm just coming up with new marketing ideas to push traffic to my
and your virtual the NCLEX training for that teaches people how to pass their nursing school, right?
Yes.
How to get their license to be a nurse.
Yes.
And that's how many hours?
Oh, my course is 60 hours. The main program is 60 hours, but I have 25 products online. I only market one product, which I call it the Netflix of NCLEX. NCLEX is the test. But I have 25 other products. So when you go into my funnel is 44 steps. So there's upsells, downsells, there's a lot of, hoops into it.
And how long do you think it took you to create that? Like how many days or months?
To create the course, the 60 hours?
The 60 hours, yeah.
Dude, I have an obsessive personality. If I get an idea, I can't sleep before I get it done. So when I filmed that course, I was literally working 10 hours, sleeping 2, 10 hours 2, 10 2. That's how my schedule was. Filming and editing for 10 hours, then sleeping 2 hours, then filming and editing for 10 hours and 2 hours. I did that over 6 weeks to finish the 60 hours.
And you learn how to edit yourself.
It's a one-man show. And that's why I tell people, you've got those guys, right, doing your, other stuff.
Yeah.
But for me, when I started, I didn't have money. So I need to learn every single skill myself. So I learned, and the best skill that I learned is how to shoot videos and how to edit videos because it cuts a lot of time. For example, your guys will shoot an ad for you. And then if you don't trust them, they will tell you, hey, that video is going to take 3 weeks, to be edited. Dude, I edit a high production video in an hour and a half. It doesn't matter how many cameras we use, how many footage we have. If we have 3-4 hours of footage, I can go through that footage and create a 30-minute documentary in hour and a half, 2 hours tops. and I do all the color coding, the audio, the frame, like it will be professional.
Is that true, guys?
Them, what they would do, they would take it would take them 3 weeks. Like Rob Luna, for example. Like the other day, I was with him, and he shot a webinar, and it took them 3 weeks to edit the webinar. I'm like, bro, we can shoot, edit, and test the next day, and I can do that over and over again until you get a webinar that converts. Like it's a 24-hour process. So that's the beauty about my business is I do everything myself. So I don't have to rely on a third party to produce for me. Because imagine, like you do an ad and you give it to them 3 weeks, you put it on Facebook and it doesn't convert. Then you've got to record another ad and that's another 3 weeks. And sometimes you record an ad, they edit it, come
or
to you.
let's say I have an idea on a Saturday.
Yeah.
So then I have to wait till Monday.
See? Yeah. That doesn't work for me. I'm like, immediately, I change into scrubs, put my stethoscope, wear my hat, and I record my shit. And I spend the weekend editing. On Monday, it's ready to go.
So NCLEX. NCLEX is the test for nurses.
Yeah.
NMLS is the test for mortgages.
Mm-hmm.
So if I just do what you tell me, I could make $1 million a month teaching people how to pass the NMLS test?
Yeah. So this is what I have. I have an 8-pillar business model. It starts with marketing, sales, webinars, landing pages. Then you've got how to create your course, email marketing, customer service, etc. Right? So the only difference is pillar number 4, which is the course. But if I plug any industry to this 8-pillar business model, it's going to produce money. So it doesn't matter what you teach. That business model, you plug any industry to it, you make money. And I've tested it with, I did my event, back in December. I've tested it with so many people, and now they're producing money.
Because I already have nmlsacademy.com.
Yeah.
And I have... So, let the test is 100... I think it's 120 questions long. How many questions is the NCLEX exam?
It's 75 questions. Now, I don't want you to compare your industry with my industry. Because sometimes if your test is 120 questions, those 120 questions are not changing.
They're not.
Yeah, but in nursing, there's a bank of 3 billion questions, and they get only 75. But my program has around 3,100 questions.
So you'll ask the question, and in your training, you'll ask the question, and then you'll have like options.
I'll break it down, teach it, explain why this is right, why this is wrong.
That's a lot of work, though.
That's a lot of work.
So like me, that you've seen here the office and everything. So we run the mortgage guys, Ambiance Realty. Then I have the driven stuff. Then we have the escrow company next door that I haven't showed you yet, and many other things. So where am I gonna find time to like shoot 60 hours for mortgage?
Now it doesn't have to be 60 hours, but that's what I tell people. I say, it's a lot of work, but it's a lot of money. I do the work once. I nailed the best formula. I do the work once, and I make a lot of money. But I've got a student of mine who teaches entrepreneurs how to get $250,000 loans for their business. And his program is 4 hours. And he sells the program for $10,000. And he's breaking $1 million. So it doesn't matter. What matters is that your product is golden product. It's gonna, whatever outcome you promise them, that product is gonna lead them to that outcome.
Because that'll be a perfect vertical integration if I have a school to teach people how to get their NMLS.
Dude, that's why I tell people everyone should have a course online.
I have the brand already, the social media. Follow them.
Yeah. You can test it without even spending $1 on marketing.
How long do you think it'll take to shoot? Like a week?
If you have the information?
Yeah.
Yeah. If you have the information, you put your slides together. How long is it? 4 hours? 10 hours?
Well, the questions are always very similar. So the questions are always similar for the NMLS test. Mm-hmm. It's the same ones, basically. So I have like 1,000 questions, which is more or less what they have in that exam. But I have the 1,000 questions.
So you don't have to teach every single question. What I do is I teach categories, right? So I break down questions as per categories, but then I give them tests that they do on their own, right? Yeah. You know what I'm saying? So for example, let's say I explained 1,000 questions, but then there's 2,000 questions that I just provide to them as tests so that they can practice on their own.
Because there's a lot of crash courses that have all the questions, and they're all the same questions. Are those copyrighted, or can I get those questions and include them in my program?
Now, definitely they are copyrighted.
But they're the same questions, though.
Yeah, you have to figure out like the legalities.
Change a word.
So what I did with my first course, so I re-recorded my course 3 times. But when I first started the business, yeah, I got some other program, and then I changed. I saw what questions that I think might show up on the test, and I changed the wording. But a year later, I had the money. So I hired the best copywriter, NCLEX copywriter in the nation. Her name is Aileen Burke. She's been in the industry for like 40 years. So I hired her to write my program. And then she wrote my program, and then I taught it.
And is she only for the nursing?
Yeah, just for nursing.
So I would have to find a copywriter for mortgage.
Yeah. Like
And
someone...
I could do one for real estate too.
Dude, that's what we're doing for her.
Oh. Okay, I'll leave that to you.
No. This is why I tell people, dude, I've got students that I mentor
Yeah.
that are in the NCLEX business. I give them all my strategies. I don't leave any stone unturned, because the people that are gonna buy from that dude are different from the people that are gonna buy from me. So there's room for everyone to like sell their courses. And people who buy from you because they love you, they trust you, they trust your brand, they vibe with you. So it doesn't matter if, I mean, she's luxury real estate, but
because my audience are Latino millennials.
Yeah.
Like Latino American millennials.
I don't think Latinos will fuck with her. Maybe.
That's a competition cover.
but your audience are
African American ladies, single
and
mothers, 22 to 35 of age.
So millennial African American ladies.
Yeah.
How did you find that niche?
I didn't. They found me. So what happened is, and a lot of people ask me this question, but what happened, I was marketing and targeting the masses. But then after I had 1,000 people on my email list, I sent out a survey and started asking them about like their demographics, ethnicity, you know, different programs they used, all that type of shit. Like all the questions that I want to know about my audience, because I want to know who I'm talking to. I put them in a survey and I sent it out to my email list, and I said $5, Starbucks card for everyone who answers the survey. And I got 100 back. So it took me $500 to understand the data. So once they sent the survey back, I analyzed the data, and that's what came up. 70% of my audience are African American women, single mothers, 22 to 35, who failed their test before in top 3 states. I mean, there are more things. For example, like I asked them what's their favorite color. And people say, like, why do you ask them what's their favorite color? Because their favorite color is navy blue. You know, nurses, when they are in hospitals, they wear navy blue.
Yeah.
So that was the most popular answer. And overnight, my website shifted from green to navy blue. I asked them about what's the best music they like. It's not because that's just a question. No. And I give them options, and most of them answer motivational music. So now when I record ads, what's playing in the background? It's motivational music. It's all like human psychology and working on the psychology.
Yeah, because I think most people they think, oh well, I'm going to teach you this, or when they ask themselves, or they ask people, what do you think I should talk about, Mo? What do you think I should teach people? And what I've seen from people I studied is that they don't teach what they think people want to hear,
Mm-hmm.
or listen or learn. They teach what people ask them they want to know. What do you think about that?
I teach what I think. I teach like my gift. I feel that I understand that test, and instead of, like, for example, people go to nursing school and it takes them 4 years to graduate.
Yeah.
I'm not gonna teach you 4 years of nursing. I'm gonna use my best judgment and teach you the things that's gonna come up in the test, and I just teach that. But I don't ask people, hey, what do you like to learn? For example, someone hits me up and like, Mo, I like to know, for example, mitral valve replacement. I'm like, why? It's not gonna come in the test, right?
Yeah.
So I don't go by them. I go by what I feel is gonna give them value.
So you just ask them like the colors and that kind of stuff to know what they're attracted to.
Yeah, to know my ideal audience so that I can switch my marketing to get their attention.
So now the ads for your, like, to make let's say $1 million. How much money do you spend on ads, or do you spend money on ads?
Yeah, I've been spending money on ads since I started my business. And, you know, a lot of people think they need to start big where I'm at right now. But I started with $10 a day on YouTube. And, you know, my buddy, Billie Jean.
Yeah.
So he was the first one who told me, hey, Mo, how much are you spending on ads? And I said $10. And I said, Mo, like, there's something going on in your head. And he's like, your course is $400. He said, if you spend $10, you can get 100 people in the room. But if you spend $100, you can get 1,000 people in the room. So I said, if you get 1,000 people, can you sell one person? I'm like, yeah. He said, you spend $100 and you sell one person for 400, you get to pocket 300. Is that cool or what? I'm like, yeah, of course. So I started spending $100, and in the next 4 days, I made $10,000. And it was a game changer for me. And since then, the only thing I'm thinking when it comes to marketing is if my ads are converting, then I'm putting more money on ads. I started with $10 a day. Now I spend $230,000 to $260,000 a month.
So have you ever thought about spending $500,000 to make more?
Yeah, so sometimes there's a cap when you're reaching a lot of people. So you start spending, which we tested that. I mean, I don't have a problem spending money, but we tested it. Let's say you're spending $230 and now you want to spend $300. Your ad starts performing less and your cost per lead goes up. That's the time when you know that, you need to chill on marketing. And then you need to figure out, to get leads, you need to put ads for something else. For example, if I put ads for a webinar, I can only spend much. But then I start putting ads for like 5-day challenges or 2-day challenges, which is different. Then I start getting different type of leads.
And you track all of this yourself?
Oh, yeah. Oh, no, not me. When I started,
okay.
Yeah, when I started, of course, I was tracking everything. That's why I understand marketing. But after a period of time, I was able to hire marketing agencies where they do the work. I mean, I show them my demographics, what targeting I want them to target, and then they do the work and they report me on a daily basis. They send me the numbers on a daily basis. But I went through like 2 or 3 agencies until I found like the best agency.
Those are the ones you're going to hook me up with?
Yeah, I've been working with them for like 18 months and they've been doing phenomenal job.
So Mo, let me ask you this question, because I think it applies to a lot of people, especially when you start doing better. You start getting a lot of people that have envy. So for you, like when you were making $60K a month, you know, it's a lot of money to a lot of people. To you, it's not a lot of money nowadays. But as you started making 200, 400, 600, and you just started showing more success, did you ever have people that where you got envy from, or people started changing, or people started kind of trying to attack you or things like that? Did that ever happen?
Yeah, all the time, especially from the one closer to you, like family members, people back home, people I used to work with. They started giving their opinion about where I'm spending money. For example, like I had people in town watch dealers, and I invited them for dinner, and then the bill was like $5,000. I picked up the bill and I put the receipt on my Instagram, and people went nuts of, why are you spending this amount of money? There's a lot of people back home who are like, you know, don't have money to eat, you know, all that type of shit. I'm like, bro, you don't know the people I help. Like, you have no clue to now criticize me for where I'm spending my money. Like, I decide where I spend my money. So it's easy for me to cut those people loose. Like, when you give such a comment and you're envious, like you don't have good energy, I just cut them loose. I block them. I don't want to hear from them again. So I keep my circle very tight. And, people who follow me on Instagram, no, I don't fuck with a lot of people. There's, like, I told her, when she's like, how many friends you've got? I'm like, I've got 5. And then 6. But I've got 5.
Am I one of them?
I've got Billy, I've got you, I've got Bradley, I've got Rob Luna, and I've got Keith Yaki. Those are my closest, like in my circle. If I'm in trouble, if I want advice, I hit up with those people.
You know what is incredible about Mo? That delighted. Like he touches so many. It's just the people that served us, you know, or like the valet. They're like, oh, it's $2. He just gives them 20. Like, just keep it, you know. I was just like, oh my god, that's so sweet. Like they're so thankful.
Yeah, with that is the dude. You know, you taught me this, but time is way more important than $2, right?
Yeah.
So the guy wants me to go to the window and pay over there, and we have a workout to catch. I'm like, dude, just take this 20. Like, keep the rest for you. Just let me go.
Yeah, yeah.
Like,
asked him for
time
paper
is-
towels and he gave me like the ones I just didn't get.
Yeah, like time is way more important than
Yeah.
a few dollars.
So let me ask you this: relationships. Like before we get into relationships, like let's say if somebody burns, I don't want to say fuck because fuck means like you like the person, but if somebody kind of burns or backstabs your friends, are you gonna stay away from those people because you value your friends? Because that's how I feel. Like if somebody fucks you over, then I'm gonna put him on my blacklist.
Yeah.
Do you feel the same way, or am I
Dude,
crazy?
No, you're not crazy. That's brotherhood. You're not just a friend to me. You're my brother. So if someone fucks with you, because I know you on a very I don't want to say intimate, but at a very intimate level.
Yeah.
Like I know your values. I know what you do for other people. So I know you never go wrong. Like you never do people wrong. And if you do, I know that you like stand up and be accountable to whatever you did. I know that about you. So I know if people want to talk shit about you, I know they are at fault. So to me, if I know that this person or that person is I say fucking, but it's fucking with you or did you wrong, dude, I don't fuck with them. And it doesn't matter if that is going to affect my business. I don't fuck with them.
Yeah.
I told you, like, there are 5 people that if you do them wrong, as if like you're doing me wrong.
Yeah.
Yeah. That's like a,
Because I just it was just kind of fresh on my mind because lately, like with more success, I've had so many people show me their true colors.
Mm-hmm.
And then somebody told me, who was that? Rob told me when people are desperate for money, they show their true colors.
Yeah.
So right now, a lot of people are not doing that well. And I noticed their desperation, how true colors are coming out, how they're being like complete opposite of what they thought they were. And in the morning, I had a quick call with Neil. You know Neil?
Yeah.
Yeah, and he said, hey brother, just wanted to let you know that I have a few people reaching out to me, and I told them I'm not going to work with you. I don't have time to do this with you because of the same reason, because he has my back.
Yeah.
And I think people don't realize that this world is really small, especially in your industry. When you're a good person, you have ethics, and you start doing really good and you climb to the top is very lonely.
Yeah.
It's limited.
Yeah.
So in order to get there, you better not burn bridges, because all of them are going to hear about it and they're going to block you from it.
True.
So like for you, like what do you think, what's your opinion about never burning your bridges, and also relationships? Because one relationship for me led to another one to another one. I know you came to the Driven in Long Beach because of Brad, and then we connected, then we got together, and then you introduced me to your relationships and I introduced you to my relationships, and we've kind of both been growing, like very similar. So it's very very impressive what you've done. But can you speak a little bit about relationships and how important it is to keep the right ones?
Yeah. Keep the right ones is like a no-brainer. If you're successful and your core values matches my core values, then I'm keeping you forever. Like, I'm not letting you go. But when it comes to building relationships, a lot of people think that they can build relationships overnight. Dude, it doesn't work overnight. And you can't be pitching to people to work with you and expect that you're going to build a relationship. So to me, when people hit me in the DMs and they start pitching me their stuff, I don't fuck with that. That's not how you build a relationship with me.
Yeah.
But you hit me in the DMs and you say, dude, I like your watch, or dude, I like your car, or dude, how many kids you got, or compliment my kids, or something about me. You do that for a few weeks, and then now I have a little bit of trust in you. Then you want to pitch me something, that's fine. But it takes time to build a relationship. Sometimes it's not just months. Sometimes it's years. And you need to understand that building relationships require you to invest too in those people. Like, you can't keep asking for free information all the fucking time. Like, I would help you for free for a certain period, but then if you're serious, You need to invest. And that's what I did with you. Like, I invested in your coaching, but then you're like, bro, like, you give me advice, you invite me to your house, you introduce me to people for free. And after that first few months, when I showed that I am coachable and I execute and I produce results and I'm spreading good word about your coaching, dude, like, everything was free. Like, literally, from the money I paid you. Let's say I paid you 10,000, I generated 50,000. But just from building a relationship, I generated millions paying nothing. Just good intentions, just value exchange. And that's what people need to understand. Like, first, you pay your way through building relationships, and you be ethical, you be loyal. And after that, like, the gates of God's open.
Yeah.
Because you introduced me to Bradley. Bradley made me a lot of money. I introduced you to Billy. Like, you and Billy, like, he also spoke on your stages, whatever, like you did business together, right? You introduced me to Rob. Rob helped me tremendously with my finances, with my business, with, like, a lot of advice that I didn't pay for it. It's just from you introducing me to them. So yeah, you've got to be patient. And as you said, when people burn bridges is because they're not winning. They're haters. They don't have good values. And they're definitely desperate for money and in severe debt.
Yeah.
And that's why people, start attacking, start spreading rumors and, bad mouth.
And they don't realize, like, when you burn a bridge, maybe one day you need help and you're not going to get that help.
Oh, yeah.
Like, if I need $1 million, you'll shoot me over $1 million.
Yeah. Overnight.
You got a lot of money in the bank right now, huh?
Oh, yeah, I'm sitting on cash. Yeah.
So
I'm waiting for the right moment.
Yeah.
I mean,
so speaking of that, I wanted to before we close out, Mo. So right now you've been doing good. You have a lot of money in the bank. What are you looking into investing?
So I want to invest in real estate. I don't own real estate. I want to invest in real estate, and I'm just waiting for the market to, I'm waiting for opportunities.
Yeah.
So I don't want to do it on my own. I'm waiting for you, Bobby Castro, Eddie, Bobby's brother-in-law.
Yeah.
Someone to tell me, hey, bro, this is the time, So that's one thing. I also want to invest in crypto because, crypto is very it's down right now. And I want to invest 5% of what I have in crypto and just, sit on it.
That's the cool thing about having somebody like Rob.
Yeah.
Like Bobby.
Yeah.
Because you have the experts right there on speed dial.
I don't have to guess.
So you'll ask him, hey, so how much should I spend on this, and on this?
Yeah.
And then people that burn their bridges or are not coachable, they're kind of down there listening to people that don't have the right
They don't have the right information or the right network.
So
of course.
so you know where to spend your money on. Now, I know that you spend some money in watches too.
Yeah, I invest a lot of money in watches.
You made some good money in watches.
I made good money, but I'm heavily invested in watches, like 2.4 million in watches.
Yeah. Do you have a few watches like here?
Yeah, I've got 4 or 5 on me.
I'm check them out. I'm gonna get
500,000 worth of watches.
we won't say this on the.
No, it's fine. By the time this airs, I'm long gone.
Yeah. So watches. How do watches work? You want to talk about that a little bit? Because people sell them for way over retail price.
Yeah.
I know some watches are 54,000 or 57, and they go for 5 million. That's kind of like the.
That's the extreme, but it exists.
But how does that work, and how do you make it a good business? How do you get them at retail price?
Yeah, so it's like everything. If you have a Ferrari, then you can get another Ferrari at a sticker price, and another Ferrari at a sticker price. Like, if you have money to invest in Ferraris, you can make money. You can invest that money. Now, if you don't have a Ferrari and you go to a Ferrari dealership, you want to buy a Ferrari, you cannot get a Ferrari at a sticker price, right? So you have to buy a market price.
Yeah.
So this is what happens. Same thing it happens with Rolex. Like Rolex, you cannot, if you go to a Rolex store, you want to buy a Rolex and you don't have a history with them, they won't sell you a Rolex, right?
Yeah.
So what happened with me, my first watch is the same thing as building a relationship. And they want to like you. and they want to think that you are a collector.
Pellegrino.
Like you collect watches. You're not going to flip watches, because if they know you're flipping watches, same as Ferrari, if they know that you're flipping Ferraris, they're not going to sell you Ferraris. So this is what happens. I built a relationship with my authorized dealer in Miami. And my first investment with them was $50,000. That was my watch for my ex-wife. $50,000 watch for our 10th anniversary. And then the lady, the sales lady, was like, "Oh, is that your car?" I had my SVJ. And I'm like, "Yeah." She's like, "Oh, Victor," which is the authorized dealer owner.
Yeah. She probably said you should be buying more watches.
Yeah. She was like, "Oh, he loves Lamborghinis." And then she's like, "Oh, let me grab him real quick." And then his assistant is Lebanese. And she was like, "Oh, I heard there's another Lebanese dude here who's buying watches." And then I started building that relationship. You know, I have an interesting story, telling them my story. I have proof. You know, I've got my social media. I'm buying a $50,000 watch. I've got an SVJ. Now they're like, okay, so this is an entrepreneur. He's legit. He's not like, you know, a guy who got into watches to flip watches. So they start selling me more watches. So I invested with that dealership $600,000 in 2021 in watches. And there are watches that I'm still getting. Like I have around maybe 8-9 watches that I didn't get yet. But you pay full price now and you get the watch maybe a year later, a year and a half. So there's a watch that I'm going to pick up when I get back to Miami that I bought a year and a half ago. There's a watch that I bought, like a Daytona rose gold meteorite dial. I bought a year and a half ago for $38,000. Guess how much it's worth in the aftermarket? $380,000. That's like crazy profits if I want to sell it. So another example, the watch that we're talking about, the Patek Philippe 5711 Tiffany dial. That watch is $57,000 sticker price. It sold for $5 million, which is crazy money, right? Yeah, but yeah, you can flip watches. At least you can make 100% profit on a watch.
Now your investment of $600,000 that you spent last year, that is worth how much now?
Way more, but at least 150% more. So like 600,000 can bring me 1.8 million if I want to sell those.
1.8 million?
If I want to sell those watches.
And how do you decide when you sell them and when you don't, so that you don't burn your bridge with Rolex?
So I don't sell watches. I'm a collector. But yeah, if they find out that you sell watches, you burn that bridge. So if you want to do it, you do it under the table.
Yeah, but of course we wouldn't do that.
Yeah.
To close out, last thing that I wanna talk about for this one is so you got divorced, right? And now you're living. You seem pretty happy. Like you have a girlfriend. So ladies might not be so excited when they see this, but can you talk about like what's the main difference now? Because you got nice things, like you got nice cars, you have nice houses, you travel whenever you want, you know, like you have a good lifestyle, a dream lifestyle, but now you have like I never met this side of Mo. Like you have a girlfriend now, and you were talking about like all the things you're doing, how exciting LA is, and you found you have a lot of things in common. Like how's your life now versus 6 months ago or a year ago? Now that you have somebody.
So this is the thing, and a lot of men don't understand. You might have heard me talk about this for like 20 times now, but it's like I got divorced. First, I didn't file for divorce, so she divorced me. And I thought that she's like a greedy bitch, and she's like, you know, like she's not grateful. And I've been providing, I've been this, I've been that, but you want to stab me in the back and file for divorce? Like, what is it that you didn't like, right? I thought I'm showing up as 100% man. But I met my buddy Keith Yaki, who has like a relationship coach. He has something called married marriedgame.com. But what he taught me when he saw a sad story that I posted, and he was like, bro, what's going on? I'm like, oh, nothing. And he's like, bro, you can talk to me. That's my specialty. That's my field. So I started talking to him. And then he showed me that I was complaining as if I'm showing up as 100%, but she's not grateful. And then I'm telling him stories, and he's like, bro, dude, I love you to death. I love everything you're doing. Like, you inspire me. But you're an asshole to your wife. Like, you think you're showing up as 100%, but you're actually showing up as 25%. That's who you are. Are you interested in growing into 100%, Mo? I was like, oh my God, of course. But I thought I'm operating at 100%. He said, no, you're operating at 25 as a man. But that's the problem that a lot of men think. They think they're operating at 100%, but he has a system of 5 dials, but I'm going to talk about 4 of them. So every dial is 25%. But the first dial is the provider, protector dial, right? Which is, I'm like, I do 25% of that.
You got to check on that one, yeah.
Yeah, dude. I provide, I protect my family. Like, I'm there for them. You know, I brought them to the United States. A lot of men fall victim into thinking that that's the only thing a man has to do for their family, which is only 25%. Now, the second dial is the parent dial. And a lot of men get confused with the parent dial. You tell them you're spending quality time with the kids. You say, yeah, fuck yeah. Like yesterday, I told them at 2 p.m. we're going to go to the beach. At 2 p.m., I went downstairs, put them all in a car, went to the beach, spent 2-3 hours with them. We had a blast.
You probably got a C on that one, right? Like a C?
I got a 0.
0.
Because parenting is not you going down at 2 p.m. If you told your wife, hey, we're going to go to the beach at 2 p.m. and then you get down of the office at 2 p.m. and you put them in a car and you go to the beach, spend 3 hours with them. That's not parenting. Yes, that's quality time, but that's not parenting. Parenting is you going downstairs at 1:30. And then, for example, like my oldest his name is Jude. And you say, hey, Jude, come, where's your flip-flops? Let's put your flip-flops. Get your towel, get your toys. And then you get Angelina ready. You get Noah ready. So you get them ready and you put them in a car. That's parenting.
I'm a 0 too. In that.
Exactly, because a lot of people don't understand parenting. Parenting is you getting involved in parenting, like preparing food for them, like cooking their eggs in the morning. But you do, like you put Italia in her dress before you go. Like, do you choose her dress? You put okay. So
I'm like you. I'm a workaholic, so I show up there at 2.
You can still be a workaholic, but you can put more effort into being a parent. So that's the second dial. The third dial is the lover and the friend, the best friend.
And just to be clear, like I do that once in a while. So once in a while, I'll help her put her dress on. Well, she doesn't need help anymore. She's big. But once in a while, we'll go down in the morning and we'll make breakfast together. But that's like once a week. Yeah. So I'm not perfect. I'm not gonna say I'm a perfect dad because I'm not.
Yeah.
But
and it's like everything is awareness, right? Once you know, you cannot unknow. So what happens is your children, for your wife, like she loves her children way more than she loves you. That's a fact. Like she gave birth to them. So if you treat her children right, she's gonna love you like 10 times more. Right? If you treat her children right, because she has so much love for them, and she sees how you're parenting them as a father, dude, she's gonna give you so much love, so much attention, so much praise, so much sex. She's gonna cook you food, like she's gonna do a lot for you.
Maybe that's what I'm doing wrong.
Yeah. So I'm telling you, that's what I learned from like relationships. And then the third dial is the lover best friend, right? A lot of us think we are lovers. I mean, you do a great job at that because you go on like weekly dates with your wife. I wasn't doing that. I was going out on dates, for example, like every 6 weeks, 8 weeks, every 3 months, go out on a date. I didn't buy her flowers. And when we go out on dates, I mean, she wears a dress, she likes jewelry, and we go to a restaurant and we talk about kids. But if you want to take your wife out on a date, you should take her out on a date and talk about, like, be intimate with her, flirt with her. Like, you need to learn some lines where she's going to like, ooh, Mo, what is that? You know? So there's a lot of effort and work that you have to put into that, right? And it shouldn't be the same date every single time. Like now when I go out on dates, I plan dates. Skydiving, kayaking, let's go to the beach, let's go to the gym. With my ex-wife, we just go to the restaurant. It's the same fucking restaurant every single time. But that's not going out on dates. So you need to work on that dial. And then the same dial is the lover and the best friend. I wasn't a best friend for my ex-wife. She comes to me, she's like, Mo, I'm overwhelmed, I'm devastated, I'm feeling physical pain, I feel lonely, you're not showing up. I'll be like, why you're overwhelmed? She's like, oh, the kids are like, fucking not listening. I'll be like, okay, listen, I'm gonna book you a spa day, and then I'm gonna get the babysitter for a whole day. You don't have to worry about that. So what am I trying to do? I'm trying to give her solutions for her problems. She doesn't want a fucking solution. She already knows the solution. She just wants someone to listen. So instead of me trying to give her solutions for the problems, I should have been like, oh my goodness, Jude, again, what is he doing now? And just having a conversation about her frustration. She wants a friend.
That was really good.
Yeah, so she doesn't want someone who gives her solution to her problems. And women don't, for example, when she says, oh, I'm feeling physical pain, I'm this, I'm that. First, everything they're feeling is true. So you can't say, did someone beat you up? You can't be sarcastic about it. Because if she's lonely and she's at night alone and she's crying and she's feeling physical pain, that's true for her. So you have to sympathize with her. And you have to talk about those emotions. But don't try to toughen up a woman. They don't need mental toughness. Men, we toughen up each other. But I'm not going to toughen up her. And like mental toughness, Andy Frisola type of shit, they don't want that. They just want you to sympathize with them and listen to them, hold their hand. Say, oh my God, I understand. Shit like that. So that's the dial that we fall victim, like we don't do. And then there's the, he called it the player dial, which is the badass dial, which is you showing up as a player, for example, like wearing, nice stuff, driving motorcycles, being fit. For example, like we're walking down the beach and there are people doing push-up competition. And you can't do push-up for shit, but you're like, hey, babe, listen, I'm going to go fucking crush them. And then you go do like 2-3 push-ups. And then you come back. But it's that badass. Like you're showing that you're badass, They like that. They get attracted to that. Even though they know, like, you can't do shit. But it's that type of work that you have to do and put effort in. So those 4 dials, every man needs to nail them. And I wasn't there. But now why I'm having success, it's not just the fitness and the money and, it's the mindset. I'm showing up as a man, like 100% man, not just 25%.
You're like multi-talented now. Like,
yeah, dude. It's as you said. Like
you got a better version of Mo.
I thought he was always like this.
No, I told you I wasn't like that. But it's like I do personal development every fucking day, and you taught me that. That's the first thing I do in the morning, where I'm lacking, where I need to work on, and I start working on that shit.
What time do you wake up?
So I'm not like you. I work super late. Like I work 1 a.m., 2 a.m. And I structured my lifestyle where I don't want to put an alarm. So I work late, but then once I go to sleep, I just let my body naturally wakes up. But the moment I open my eyes, boom, I'm up. I don't, fuck around in bed.
Yeah.
So usually I wake up by 7:30, and then boom, I'm up and running. And
yeah.
Working.
But that's that's what I do also. Like I don't have an alarm, but I just go to sleep a little earlier. Not that early now, but I wake up when I wake up.
Yeah.
So usually I'll go to sleep like around by 11, and I'll wake up by 5.
Yeah.
I used to wake up 3-4, but now that today we had a training. We went to see our baby with Dr. Crane. I had my morning shift. So I had my long, and then we were doing the podcast right now. You got to fly out pretty soon, so now because I know my days are longer, I can't wake up at 3 or 4. Why? Because I'm a little bit older too. But second, because now I do a lot of activities later in the day, and I don't want to be like low on energy falling asleep when it's 6 p.m.
Yeah.
So now I just I updated my schedule to work for me.
Yeah, same thing for me. Like 6 hours, 6.5 hours are
good.
enough for me to like operate for the next 18 hours at full speed.
Awesome, Mo. So I know you got a jam pretty soon. Tell us a story that nobody knows about you, like something that you've never told on publicly, like something nobody knows about you. Not even your wife, her.
Oh fuck! I need to think about that. But first, I just want to say something. When you said like you're multi-talented, I'm not multi-talented. I have friends with different expertise that I took from you one talent. Like I took from you a talent. I took from Rob a talent. I took from Keith Yackee a talent. And then I worked on myself to be a better version of me. So it's like the people you're around, like you're the average of the people around you. And that's true.
Yeah.
For finances, for mindset, for fitness, for everything. Like I can't be like you're fucking shredded. And I'm like, the first picture you and me took together, if you go back to that picture, it's on my Instagram, dude, I'm fucking fat. I don't look good. I don't take care of myself. I didn't have a personal brand. But I learned, and then I started changing things in myself.
Yeah.
Yeah. Back to, one thing about me, I mean, this no one knows about. But one thing about me that no one knows, a story that I haven't told anybody. In what genre? In what aspect?
Sex, dating.
Oh no, we don't want to talk about. Because to be honest, when it comes to sex, I didn't know myself sexually because I've been having sex with the same lady for the past 10 years, and I didn't know what are the things I like.
Did you get nervous like the first time?
No, fuck no. I'm super confident. She can attest to that. But
He has all his
good.
dials.
Yeah.
But there are things that I like in sex that I didn't know I liked. But I like to experiment, and we experiment, and it's the most fun I've ever had in my life. Like sex is a huge part of a relationship. If sex is not fun and it's not enjoyable and you're not looking forward to it and you're making excuses not to have sex, then your sex life is not healthy. You need to look into it.
There you go, guys. So multi-talented here, Mo. You know a lot of things, but you know one of the things I want to give you just a lot of kudos or something that I'm really happy and proud that you do is that you invest a lot of time into learning and getting better, self-improvement. So very proud of you, my friend and brother, and thank you for being.
Thank you for
on the
having
channel.
me.
Second part. We'll have a third one later. Where can people follow you really quick? What's your favorite platform?
So I'm heavy on Instagram. You can follow me on Instagram at AlphaSlice. And as just a gift, anyone who wants like an entry level, anyone who thinks that they have a talent that they can teach and they want to sell a course online, I have an entry level course that I'm gonna give it to everyone for free. All they have to do is DM me Driven channel, and I'll give you access to that course for free. It is how I built my business from $0 to $250,000 a month.
Awesome. Well, there you go, guys. Put it below. Thank you.